Today is Monday, and this week is actually going to be a short week because we are going on vacation on Friday. So I'm only going to be cooking 4 nights this week, just Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And like I said, today is Monday. For dinner tonight, I'm going to be making a Filipino dish, tortang giniling. It's basically like an omelet with meat, and I'm putting bell peppers, onion, garlic, and tomato in it. Sometimes I put potato. You can also add raisins, but we're just keeping it simple today with just the bell pepper. I have my ground beef here, so I'm gonna cook all of this all together. It's like a 2-step thing. You have to cook the meat first, and then you cook it with the eggs. I'm starting with the onion, and then I added the garlic, and then the tomato, and I'm going to really cook down the tomato. Once the tomatoes are soft, go ahead and add your ground beef. I went ahead and seasoned with fish sauce, and then I also added a little bit of black pepper. I just added the bell pepper. If you want to add potatoes, you can add that in right now as well, and then just let it cook until everything is cooked. I took some of the meat, I put it in this bowl so it can cool down, and then I have my eggs here. I'm gonna scramble that up, but I want to wait until the meat cools down a little bit. So I mixed the meat and the scrambled eggs, and I like to just put it on this small plate. I have some oil in there, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to just drop it in like this. This just helps me keep its shape, and also so they're all the same size. And then when the bottom is golden like that, you want to flip it. This part is a little hard. I just go nice and slowly like that. Here is what the torta looks like, and when you cook it, make sure you put it on a plate with paper towel. So we're gonna have that with rice, and that is our dinner for Monday night. Today is Wednesday, and for dinner tonight, we're having chicken noodle soup. Right here I have 1½ onions. I had half of an onion left, so I just wanted to use it. So I have 1½ onions, like 4 or 5 cloves of garlic, some carrots and celery, and then I have 4 boneless, skinless chicken thighs I seasoned with salt and pepper. Starting with the onion, then I'm gonna add the garlic, and I'm actually gonna add the celery and the carrots in now too. I'm gonna saute this for a few minutes. I've been cooking this for a few minutes. I'm going to add the chicken. I'm gonna add 2 boxes of chicken broth. This one is reduced sodium. I'm gonna bring this to a boil and then let it simmer basically until the chicken is cooked. So I removed all of the chicken thighs and just shredded that. Now I'm going to put it back into the soup, and then I'm going to check the seasoning and just add salt and pepper to taste. I'm going to be adding my noodles in. These are the noodles that I'm using, the no yolks extra broad. I'm only going to put half of this in. And also, if you guys want to add water, like if you want it to be, if you want more broth, you can just add water, maybe like a cup, and then just check your seasoning. So I'm just gonna let this boil until the noodles are cooked, about 10 minutes. All right, you guys, here is what my chicken noodle soup looks like. So yummy. But like I said earlier, if you wanted to have more soup, just add more water. And then also the noodles are gonna soak up some of this broth. And here is our dinner for Wednesday night. Today is Thursday, and for dinner tonight, I'm making bacon tomato linguine. I think I've made it before. I just found the recipe online, and I think I've made it before because it looks really familiar. But I'm just gonna follow the recipe, and then I'll also leave the recipe linked down below. So the recipe called for 1 shallot, but I don't have shallots, I just have onions. So I'm using half of an onion, 6 slices of bacon that I cut into small pieces. And then I have the water here for the linguine. So we just need to wait for that. And then I also have grape tomatoes. The recipe calls for like 3 cups, but I just bought like 1 small little container. So I'm pretty sure it'll be okay. And then it also calls for like eggs and Parmesan cheese. But I'll show you guys how I do it. I'm heating up my pan right now, and then once that's ready, I'm going to cook the bacon. So while the bacon is cooking, I'm gonna mix this egg mixture. So I have 2 eggs, a 1/3 cup of Parmesan cheese, and then I'm gonna add some black pepper and just whisk that together. Once the bacon is browned, add in the tomato and the onion or shallot. And then it says to cook for about 5 minutes or until the tomatoes start to burst. I smashed the tomatoes down because I kind of like them like that. And the noodles are almost done, it just has a minute left. I'm going to reserve like 1.5 cups of this water before I drain it. And then also, I cut up some basil right there. I forgot to tell you guys it also calls for basil. Actually, this also calls for lemon zest, but I don't have lemon, so I just didn't, I just didn't worry about it. So now with this egg mixture, I'm going to slowly whisk in 1 cup of the pasta water. Okay, here is what the egg mixture looks like now. It's basically just egg water. Okay, so now I'm going to add the noodles into the bacon and tomato, and I turned the heat down to low. And we'll just mix this around, and then we'll slowly add the sauce in. And that'll just help make it a creamy sauce. And then just season with salt and pepper. Try it first. I haven't seasoned yet, so I will try it and we'll see if I need to add any salt or more pepper. Oh yeah, and then I also need to add in the basil. Alright you guys, that is it. I did season it with a little bit of salt, just like a pinch, well like 2 pinches. And it's really, really good. If it's too thick, the recipe says to loosen it with some more of the pasta water. I did save extra. So that is it. That is our dinner for Thursday night. And that is going to be the end of this week's weekly dinners video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you guys in my next one. Bye, everyone.